Does your current fertilizer program remind you of a cat chasing its tail? Have you wondered, like many others, after applying VRT fertilizer for 10 to 20 years, will this ever make you money or balance your soil tests? S&D application offers a simpler and more practical concept. Feed the plant, not the soil. Over the next 5 minutes, we would like to illustrate the process differences between a dry fertilizer application and a liquid band application. Blending with a dry fertilizer blender normally limits you to the use of dry, granular products, which come in various sizes and densities. Even though the blend appears to be mixed thoroughly in the blender, tests show that we will have a 2% inaccuracy before leaving the blender itself. While loading the transport trucks, we will obtain a natural separation of particles. Separation of particles continues throughout the transport based on densities and sizes. A transport vehicle holding more than an application vehicle also increases the potential for further inaccuracies of fertilizer blends. In a dry blend, anytime an entire load is not transferred to an application vehicle, there is no chance for correction of the improper fertilizer blend separation. Auger lengths often make it necessary for transport vehicles to drive into fields. Variable particle densities and sizes create inherent spreading issues that cannot be overcome with a dry spinner application. Many times the blend of fertilizer applied throughout the spread pattern will vary 50 to 100%. Often, variable nutrient values across the spread pattern leave a higher variable rate than the prescribed VRT program for the field. Applying important nutrients, such as nitrogen, to the perimeter of the field frequently leads to P&K being applied outside of field parameters, ironically being called precision ag. Broadcast P&K fertilizer applied on the surface will have large amounts of tie-up in the top 1 to 2 inches in the soil profile, leaving only 5 to 60% availability during the growing season. Fixation of phosphorus will occur regardless of the soil type, while charges will tie up the potash based on CEC of the soil. Cultivating broadcast fertilizer to move nutrients down in the soil profile would only increase soil tie-up. Making use of a liquid turbine blender, S&D has the opportunity to mix NPK dry fertilizer, NP liquid fertilizer, liquid and dry micronutrients, humic acids, and microbes into a complete homogenized mix with more than 99% accuracy. Every drop is the same. While in transport, liquid fertilizer stays thoroughly mixed, preserving its true analysis. With liquid fertilizer, we can obtain the most accurately mixed blends from the blender to the application equipment. Liquids maintain a homogenized state, ensuring that the nutrients that were prescribed can be mixed, transported, and applied properly. Liquid discharge hoses from transport vehicles usually make it possible to load application vehicles without entering the field. Liquid strip band fertilizer application will feed the roots, not the soil, allowing us to apply lower rates of fertilizer annually, while providing more uptake of fertilizer into the plant to achieve higher yields. Liquid band fertilizer allows for consistency of fertilizer blends so that every plant has the ability to obtain the same nutrients. Directed liquid dribble band nozzles allow for the most accurate placement of fertilizers across an application pattern, including the perimeter of a field. An overhead view of an applied field will help illustrate our ability to obtain a consistent pattern, where all bands of fertilizer contain equal nutrients, while allowing us to apply to the edges of fields without extending into ditches and waterways. By using 15-inch directed fertilizer bands, we can cover every root system with 2 to 3 bands, regardless of placement in 30 or 15-inch corn row spacing. With ammonia sulfate and humic acids in the band, we are able to not only protect the NPK, but also help release nutrients from the soil. Including these protectants in the band, we help eliminate fixation and charge tie-up on the soil surface, which limits our exposure to surface-soluble phosphate or other nutrient runoff. This clearly exemplifies higher levels of stewardship by being more economical, more agronomical, and the most environmentally sound. Don't settle for this. Don't let your profits blow away. Contact your local S&D application field representative to learn more about advantages our programs can offer you to best maximize your fertilizer return on investment. S&D application. Every drop is the same.